Hello, everyone. So the topic for today's video is all about, what are the negative beliefs that the scapegoat child in the narcissistic family system takes on? And this is really key. In fact, it's really key to the work that I do with clients. Where the core of the work is to pull out this negative self-image, the negative self-concept that children take on about themselves in childhood and then goes on to dictate, create, replicate for the rest of their lives. So when looking at the scapegoat child, as you know, it's one of the roles in the narcissistic family system, and it is a vital role. It's vital because for the narcissistic family system, there needs to be one person who they can say, this is who we are not. This is how you must not be. A person that they can look at and say, what's wrong with you? Why are you not like us? So when there's a scapegoat, it can be a person, but if we look at the society, it can even be a group of people. And the key thing about the scapegoat is they are used for a specific function. They are used, and that's important to remember that. And I would suggest they're used as the family defense mechanism. Like we all have defense mechanisms that cut us off from, feeling things we don't want to feel. Sometimes that can be in addictions or, it could be in ways of behaving, that kind of thing. We use defense mechanisms to cut us off from really tapping in to the things that we need to be looking at and healing. So the scapegoat in the family is used as a defense mechanism. A defense mechanism to avoid seeing or taking accountability for the truth. So it's to cover, the scapegoat is used to cover for the real issues in the family. So the family can put all the blame on one person. It's just easier. If we put all the blame there, then, we feel good. We're okay, we fit in, but this person doesn't. So the family puts all the blame on the scapegoat and they become the family issue instead of the real family issues. And the aim of scapegoating, and this is quite a harsh truth here, even if we look back in biblical times and throughout history, in reality, the aim for the scapegoat on behalf of the family is that they leave the group and they take all the problems with them. That they are cast out into the wilderness in order that they are expelled, exterminated. I mean, if we think about it, in history, obviously the first thing we think of is, the Nazi Germany and the extermination of the Jewish population. Scapegoating at its absolute worst. And it's almost as if the family needs somebody to be the one in the family that's going to suffer so that they don't have to. So this role of being the scapegoat, it is a tough one to have been cast in. And it's important to remember, this is not sort of a conscious decision that the family comes to. They don't all sit down and sort of chat among themselves and say, yeah, let's, we'll put Sally in that role. She's a bit of, she'd be a good one to to be the scapegoat. It's all subconscious. It's a sort of a survival mechanism that the narcissistic family uses. So it's like the family itself chooses one child to dissociate from, as if they're just not one of us. And in fact, they're the one bringing shame to our family. If it wasn't for them, our family would be great and normal and perfect. But it's them that's is the problem. oh goodness, they're embarrassing, or they're not keeping up the family image. They're bringing it down. When really, this is completely false. It's not because of them. It's because of the real shame in the family. But the family is toxic. The family is shameful. So often scapegoats are left out. Oh, sorry. Often scapegoats are left feeling all their lives like they need to try and show and convince others that they aren't bad people. Um, and they may become people pleasers. They may become codependents. They may become bullies sometimes. Sometimes the bully do become the bullies. And they often find that they're constantly needing to try to make themselves normal, or they may compare themselves to others, like they did with the golden child sibling, and try to be like them, because then they'll feel acceptable. And they look to people, often externally from themselves, with a need for validation. Please tell me I'm okay. Please affirm me in what I'm doing and thinking and feeling. Is that right? Will that make me fit in? So the core negative belief really for the scapegoat is always along the lines of something of the following, and this is what I hear from clients all the time. There's something wrong with me. That's a common one. There's something wrong with me, and I can't, it's fundamentally wrong with me. That's the belief. Another is that I don't fit in just as I am, so I have to make myself fit in. Or I'm not like others. Just naturally, I'm not like others. I don't know how to be. Or I'm a burden, which is another key one. Now, I very much love looking at sort of the mind-body connection, the subconscious mind and the body. And another key belief that comes up often with scapegoat children, or adult children, is that they end up wearing the family illness. So when I say that, they wear it internally through all of the scapegoating, but then that expresses physically. So they can often be the ill one in the family, the one that struggles with, different physical issues, health issues. Sometimes these narcissistic parents can almost insist on them having health issues. So they can find them, the parent taking them to the doctor all the time at the slightest thing, or they may have, scapegoats may have a really difficult relationship with their own health. It's almost as if they feel like their physical health is keeping them from fitting in. It's almost like their own bodies are out to get them. That can be the belief patterns. And then they take on that belief that I am ill. I'm not worthy of being healthy. That I can't escape being sick because that's who I am. So this is really, really key to pull out, and all these beliefs, to bring them out into the light and to debunk them, because they are lies. Absolutely. Some other beliefs that may come up very briefly here. There may be this belief that life is against me, that I have to earn everything, doubly hard to get any blessing. That I'm not wanted. I have to make myself wanted or needed. And that my identity is going to be struggle, that life is struggle. Because that's what it was as a child, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be at all. We can change that blueprint and free you from that, so that you can experience life as the adventure that it is, the joy that it is. So one of the things that you can start asking yourself now, if you were the scapegoat in the family, but even if you weren't, these questions are helpful. You might start asking yourself, where am I scapegoating myself still? Where do I take on blame for things that are not mine? Where do I speak harshly to myself and criticize myself for not being perfect? Where am I trying to fit in, believing that I'm not equal? Where in your life? Maybe it's with colleagues at work, or it could be with other extended family members, could be in friendship groups, even on Facebook. Where am I trying my best to fit in, feeling that I'm an outsider or that I don't measure up? The truth, as I said earlier, about all of these negative beliefs is that they're all lies. They're all internalizations of lies. And my work as your therapist is to bring you to the truth about yourself, is to help you see the authentic truth about you, that you are wonderful, that you are magnificent, and that it's never your role to to take on the ills of another, or to make up for the problems of somebody else, or to even rescue them. That's not your role. Your role is to take hold of your life, and this precious life, and to find blessing. You deserve to be blessed, not blamed. So that's my message to you today. And if you'd like to work with me, book in for a consultation. We can get you started probably after Christmas now, in the new year. What a wonderful Christmas present to give yourself. What a wonderful way to start the new year. So I'm here. Please do book in. Thanks, everybody. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, please do subscribe and share if you can. That would be wonderful. Thanks, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow for the Golden Child.